All right, y'all. We're live. What's up? How y'all feeling tonight? I'm putting
Ah,
my late night voice on for y'all. Smooth groove, sports and coffee, live at night.
yeah, I see that. Yeah. Nah, it's everything's good. Just finally getting a chance to relax a little bit. You know.
Yeah. So we have Alan and the infamous certified on here at night,
It's
y'all.
not the infamous.
Okay. All right. All right. But anyway,
Man, you in Cali certified?
I'm in where?
Are you in Cali?
No, I'm in Atlanta.
Alana.
Oh,
He
okay.
and Alana.
All right.
Um, but yeah, so
Yeah.
today was a good day on Sports and Coffee. I just want to say thank you, Alan, because you helped lead the HBCU Tuesday talk, and I think it was
Yeah.
a great discussion. And we got people from, we got a good, nice group of guys that came in. Most guys, I don't think we had women today. That's why I'm saying that come in
Hmm.
and share their views and experiences at HBCU. So I appreciate that. And we got
Oh,
into
no problem.
one of the topics we did get into that I was happy about was about the the inequality up in the NFL and the black coaches thing. And I shared that photo about the photo of the women at the owners meeting
Hmm.
and what that looked like.
Hmm.
And yeah, and we need some more representation at every level. So that's something that we really gotta stomp. And like I told people on the show this morning, oh, what's up, morale? What's up, Tevin? How y'all doing? Um, I told people today, like, don't forget about this Flores lawsuit. Don't let the fact that he has a job make y'all forget about what this lawsuit means and what it stands for because it's important. It is so important.
Hmm. Right.
So yeah. But certified, I would love to ask you because this was one of the topics of conversation today and all over the place. Um, dare I bring it up, the conversation about your quarterback debate in San Francisco.
What about it?
So that was the topic of conversation today.
Mm.
I hate it. It's
A
so
lot.
so burnt out on it.
Yeah, I bet you are. Did your feelings change at all? Did your feelings change at all?
I mean, as far as I know,
A
my
little.
general, my coach spoke on it today and yesterday, and I mean they pretty much stay, in line with what they've been saying since day one. You know, I wish this was the '80s and like Bill Parcells, like coaches that actually. I mean, it's like this new politically correct, you
Hmm.
know, thing that they're doing. I mean,
Yeah.
they're pissed off. So the thing was, he had a no trade clause. His no trade
Uh-huh.
clause went null and void March 16th. Okay, so he got surgery like 5 days before that. You know,
Mm.
so basically he didn't want to go where they wanted to send him, and everybody was under the impression that he was going to just rehab his shoulder. But at the last minute,
Hmm.
without talking to anybody, he decided that he just wanted to get surgery.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can't. Who wants a mediocre quarterback that just had surgery on his thrown shoulder? And then it's like he
Hmm.
has a injury guarantee of 7.5,
Mm.
which goes against your salary cap.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, we can't cut him, we can't trade him. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
it's like Jimmy like really
Hmm.
put us in a pickle, man.
Yeah.
On purpose, which was kind of messed up because it was like they treated that man pretty good. They had his back,
Hmm.
and they went to bat for him. They never really say anything derogatory about him. You know, I mean, it's like you could look at how. I mean, if you watch the games, you could see how frustrated Kyle
Hmm.
Shanahan was with Jimmy Garoppolo from week to week. I mean, in the Minnesota game, he actually blew up on him on the sideline, asking him, you know, this is basic, you know, 4 letter word stuff. Can you do it? And
Mm-hmm.
you know, but I mean, it is what it is, man. I mean, they, there's nothing that they can really do right now. So he's on the roster
Mm-hmm.
until he can pass a physical, and push come to shove, he'll just get released.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if they release him. What up, Coach B? I muted you only because you got a
Are
lot
you?
of background noise.
Nah,
That's
yeah,
why.
yeah. I'm at my daughter's track meet right now, and it's pretty California weather ain't treating me too right, so it's a little chilly.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you joining us. We was getting some of Certified's opinion
I
on
don't.
the Garoppolo situation. Oh, he had to put the 49. Oh my goodness. He had to put
Yeah,
the
man.
Ew.
49ers up. Oh
Certified. Take that somewhere else.
God. Oh God.
Well,
Yeah.
but do you think they're going to actually release him? Because literally the words I've been hearing, it's like he's going to go to training camp with you guys
I mean,
with Trey Lance. That's what I'm hearing.
well, that's false information. I mean, the general manager said that we were looking to shop him, but
Mhm.
he decided to up and get surgery without telling anybody. So now we can't shop him.
But
So,
you guys knew he was gonna have to have a procedure.
well, the
Like,
agreement
didn't
was he was going to rehab it and not get surgery, but
hmm.
he decided to just get surgery on his own.
Mm.
So, like, he didn't
Mm-hmm.
tell anybody until it was time for it to happen. You know, and if he wanted to have surgery, he could have had surgery the week after the NFC Championship game. He
Yeah,
waited
timing
six
is everything.
days before free
Yeah.
agency.
He had time.
Yeah, he had a
Yeah.
lot
He
of
had
time
time.
for at least the
Yeah,
swelling to go down, for them to evaluate his shoulder or something. But
Mm-hmm.
it's like it is what it is now. So I mean, what's the quarterback market is pretty. Who needs a quarterback right now?
What
Seahawks,
team? Seattle?
Seattle
Seattle,
don't
yeah,
need a
Carolina.
Carolina.
well,
Don't the
hold
Falcons?
on. The Seattle don't need a quarterback. Drew Lock and Jimmy G are the same person. Like, let's call it. Like, Seattle don't need a quarterback. If I'm taking Drew Lock, I got
They
Jimmy.
do need a
Why would I go get
quarterback.
Jimmy
That's
G?
just not the.
But why would I go get Jimmy G if I got Drew Lock? Like, what's the point?
Well, I think Seattle's going to go deep in the draft and get a quarterback, obviously. That's what's going to happen, and that'll be like the new future quarterback.
They can't. They got no first round picks.
Oh, shoot.
Man, they got
They
some
got
back
Who?
from Denver.
Seattle? Yeah,
Yeah.
they got all
They
the
have
picks
first
from
round
from
pick
the
from
Russell trade.
Denver.
Uh,
They're
That's what
from
I thought.
Denver.
I
They
thought
do.
they
Oh,
got a
that's right.
first
They did
They
round
have the
picked
Russell
number
pick.
trade.
9.
Drew Russell. That's
Yeah, I think
right.
they're
That's
like
right.
number 9 or
That's
something
right.
like that. Yeah, they
Yeah,
do.
Yeah,
they picked
so
Yeah,
9.
they're
they'll
going
get
to end
better.
up getting a
Yeah,
quarterback
they
in the
picked.
first round.
At
They'll get
number
better.
9.
They might
Yeah,
have
you got
to.
you.
They
That's
might
the
have
reason why
to.
you did it. You have to.
There's not, there's not many high quarterbacks in this draft, is there?
As long as they leave Malik alone, I'm good.
I mean, I wouldn't take a
Are
quarterback
you
at
wanting
4-15,
Malik?
but
Absolutely.
What pick do you guys have?
20.
Ah,
Or like
ah,
20.
girl, you might be
Forget it.
SOL.
Yeah.
that's the perfect spot for one of these
Forget it.
quarterbacks in this draft.
hey
This
man, see,
draft and next
Yeah,
will
year.
give up some
yeah.
picks to move up. So you know,
I mean, what a
Why
sixth
does my
rounder?
screen look smaller than it was the other day?
Probably the
Mhm.
layout. It's probably the layout. I don't know. I'm playing around with it.
Now,
It,
I mean,
my question now is that now that these quarterbacks are in place, like Atlanta has Mariota, which is probably a solid move. They might look to
I
get
like that.
somebody to for the future. You got Seattle. They finally have a first round pick. It's skepticism that they take Drew Lock. We all know that um, Matt Ryan is going to Indy, and they're probably going to need somebody to back him up. Carolina is in flux. Um, I know y'all, Dion Robinski. I don't know what y'all are going to do. concerned. I mean, it's just that is there a team that we're missing, like that we're not talking about? Like, I honestly think that I could see Detroit. I don't know.
I was gonna
I
say
don't know if I heard
that was
somebody
gonna
say
be
this or
my only other team, Detroit, maybe, and they're number one.
I don't know. I don't know if we talked about this in the spaces or me and fellow talked about this somewhere else, but I remember bringing up Detroit because it's
Please
obvious
no.
that Jared Goff. It's obvious that Jared Goff is not the future. Um, and this is the opportune time, like we said, that if you're going to move and take a quarterback now, regardless of what the talent is, you might have to just go ahead and take one regardless. So I mean, who else is out there?
Well, you still
You
got
could probably
Baker
still
Pittsburgh,
throw this. You could
Mayfield.
probably still throw the Saints in the picture too.
Pittsburgh.
I was gonna say the same,
Yeah.
but what about Baker Mayfield? Like, is he gonna be able to get traded anywhere?
You keep Baker. If I'm Cleveland, I keep Baker for right now.
You said
He's on his
what?
5th year. I
They're
keep Baker. He's
gonna.
on a 5th year option. He's on a 5th year option. Why wouldn't you keep Baker?
I mean,
Because
is Baker
this.
gonna want to
I
like you don't know about the suspension thing with Deshaun.
But
I
that's
mean,
the
based
reason.
on what's floating around in the media right now, it ain't looking good. But
yeah.
He might get.
but I don't know how you get Baker to perform.
Well, the thing
I
about it
don't.
is Baker has to perform because he's on a 5th year deal and he has to get paid. So he has to audition.
Yeah.
But
That's
what
the whole
He
thing. He has to audition.
yeah.
He has to get paid.
He
So
has
he's
no
on his
I know,
5th
but
choice.
year option.
they pulled
Yeah.
Deshaun's backup quarterback. They literally grabbed another quarterback in free agency, and they said that that was going to be Deshaun's backup because Baker asked for a trade.
But they denied Baker's trade request. They denied Baker's trade request.
That
So
was
you need Baker.
But
before
that was
his
before
trade.
acquiring Deshaun.
No, right. But we know
Yeah.
Deshaun's only on a $1 million deal this year. He's only on a
Right.
$1 million deal this year. So you can keep Baker, and Baker has to perform because he has to audition for whoever he goes to
Mm-hmm.
next. And you got 8 weeks to the trade deadline. So Baker has to
Right.
perform. Like no matter what happens, he has to perform. Because
Well, it doesn't look like it's
And
good
and
because
if we're
from what
talking,
I heard, it said NFL commissioner, they said they weren't yet, they didn't have a decision yet because they were still going through some things. So I was just like, oh,
Well, I don't
and
know if
that
you guys.
video
Yeah,
that surfaced,
I
I
didn't
sent
know
it
about
to
that.
certified and he was,
Well,
oh
here's the thing.
God.
So here's my problem with the video, right? Every grand jury had that video. That didn't surface. That we just got it. Every grand jury had that video, and they didn't indict. So it doesn't look bad for me. To me, it doesn't look bad for him because 2 grand
mm-hmm.
juries had that same video, and they chose to do nothing about it. If it was that incriminating. So how bad is the defense's case? Like
Mm-hmm.
that's my
I,
perception from it.
I mean, so I didn't see video, all of it. I'll just say that.
They're
So,
reaching.
I
They're reaching,
so
and like I told y'all, like I told y'all the other day,
Is it
it's
me
like
or
yeah, I think he's messing up. So you're
Out in the
messing up.
matrix.
But so I didn't see the whole video. I just saw like a small clip, and I actually was watching the subtitles, so that's why I y'all can help me out here. But just because someone can't prove these things doesn't mean they didn't happen, right? So it doesn't mean that there wasn't any type of misconduct.
true.
There were some
So,
interesting questions.
so what it came out to be was the way that the questions came out and the way that he answered was pretty much he didn't know if they were actual massage therapists or licensed or trained therapists. He said he had, seriously, I know that's why certified is smiling because he knows it was cringy. So it tells me that these were fans of Deshaun Watson, just literally, I'm going to give it to you. That's
I've been
literally
saying
what
that
it
though.
was.
I've literally been
this is
saying that.
what it was, yo.
It
He
was it
he was
it was
de-
so cringy.
he was dealing with a few Instagram chicks that like to pay to play. and it was disguised as massages.
Exactly, but I've been saying that because
That's
one
all it
thing I
was.
know from from being around college, nobody gets 40 massage therapists. Nobody,
Right.
like
Nobody.
nobody does that. So, and mind you, this is the same guy who was dating Mia Khalifa, the porn star. This is the same guy who's been on active at Instagram models. This is the same guy. So, like, who's surprised that any of this happened? Like,
I was.
I'm not surprised that it came out. I mean, like I said, to me, is he nasty? Okay, I can give you that, but I'm always hesitant to rise to the level of misconduct because I remember Brian Banks. I remember that guy who got convicted of a felony
Right.
and went to jail for 6 years for
Yeah.
something he did not do.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't care if you give me 22, 40, bro. I'm always gonna sit back and say, let me wait and see what happens because the she said is very, very powerful, in
I
my
just,
opinion.
So
just
I,
want
I I really want to watch that. I hope I get a chance to watch it before I go to sleep tonight to talk about it tomorrow morning. But I can't talk about it without watching it.
I don't
And
know if you want to watch it because it's like I his voice actually made me cringe.
it was
It was
pretty bad. It was
it
pretty.
was bad. It like I had zero words to figure out like how to even put this in my head. So pretty much Envy came in and said something, and Certified came in and said something. I'm like, it's both disgusting. They're like it's both cringy. Like the women are disgusting and Deshaun
the
is
women are disgusting too.
oh yes, because
I mean, they're prostitutes.
like Coach B said, they're like prostitutes pretty much. So they were just giving
Mhm.
out massages, but they were actually giving out the whole thing for pay.
They
So then that takes me back.
it was more happy ending than massage.
Yeah, so that
Yeah.
takes me back to the one masseuse that said like I've been massaging him for 2 years and I had no issues with him, right? Remember, I don't know if you guys were on that episode of Sports and Coffee where I brought her to light and shared her story. A lot of people didn't even know this woman existed and I shared it and people shared it on Twitter. So so that puts you back to that particular place. So I've been saying, I guess over the last 2 weeks, I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and think and not think the man might be weird. Like, like people like weird things. Like people can be weird, and weird is just something that's strange to you.
Yeah.
Um, and he might not even really like extremely strange things. Maybe they're normal things that people like that I just don't know that normal people like them. But
Hmm.
for you to go and seek it through so many different people so publicly on applications that are easily traced, if I'm understanding the stories correctly, is crazy and silly.
I
Mhm.
think it's wild because, like, bro, you're in Houston. You are the
Mhm.
biggest athlete in Houston, and you're paying for cat.
Right.
But let's say Texas. You're probably the biggest athlete in Texas. Like for real.
Like, what are we doing here?
Right.
Like for
Exactly.
real. And like I
Wow.
said, to me, it's very well so. I've been saying it from day one. Like, bro, these weren't no regular, these was hoes. Let's call a spade a spade. Like that's what they was. And he's paying for it. And
Oh yeah,
that's why you saw one, and then I told Alan them the other day, you saw one, and then it was 10, and then it was 15. Like these numbers like grew exponentially, really, really fast.
Right.
Hmm.
And then
Yeah.
there's 18 of them that said that oh nothing happened. He was good with me.
And the only thing about this is people are still getting it confused. Like, oh, he wasn't. They dropped the charges. Like, no, they didn't drop charges. There's still civil cases, But like, no, he's not facing any criminal charges because it probably appears to be some sort of consensual agreement that they had, right? I'm assuming based
I
off
mean,
the.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's why I say the video. Like I get it that there could have been misconduct, but the video, as bad as the video was, how bad does the defense's case have to be? Like as
Mhm.
bad as that video was, as we look at it, like the defense's case would be terrible for you
But
not to
how
be
can
able to
you
get charges.
prove? How can
Well,
you prove that
because
stuff happened?
well, you have to look at the grand jury goes on preponderance of the evidence. Not, I'm sorry if y'all hear the background, but the grand jury
Yeah.
goes on preponderance of the evidence. It's not like a proven guilty; it's preponderance. Like, is this possible? It could have happened. That's what the grand jury looks at. Is it possible?
Mm,
So the grand jury looks at, is it possible? And if they're saying that, hey, okay, this is not even possible, because that's what eventually that's what the grand jury is telling you.
interesting.
Is it possible, based on the evidence that we have, is it possible this could have happened? If it's possible, then we choose to indict.
We might have to go find what's her name? Amy. We might have to
Mm,
reach out to Amy and see if we can get her back on the show
hmm And
because
the crazy
I need.
and the crazy part about it is, y'all, is that um, there are a hell of a lot more counties within the Houston city limits that they can take this to and retry again. So they've done it twice. It's going to be they've already done it twice. Like I said, there's a lot more counties where they can probably take this and try it. So I'm looking forward to I'm looking forward to seeing this being done again for a third time and probably a few times more.
Hmm. Wow. Interesting. Is any of these women a certified massage therapist? Anybody know?
See, that's the thing.
I'm
No
sure a
one.
few of them are.
Hmm.
A
So,
few, like certified might be a few, but that few is real, like 2 or 3. It ain't the
yeah,
number. The numbers don't ain't on their side.
yeah. He like him an Instagram model.
Mm-hmm.
Which is I don't get these boys, man. They be putting themselves in like real bad situations, man, and it's like, you
You can
know,
meet a woman anywhere, and it's the thing. Like my thing is like you have homeboys too. Like your homeboys can, your homeboys can
Well,
help you out. Like, you do
that
not
that
need to be
and
online doing
that's the other issue. Like dog, like who 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 are you hanging around with? Who are your people? You know what I'm
that. I
saying?
mean,
You gotta.
and let me. Well, I'll just say like you're untouchable. You're untouchable. You're in an untouchable space. Like, what are they gonna do to me? What are they gonna say? I'm just gonna deny it. It wasn't me. I was hacked. You know what I mean? Like, I'm in this position. So, like, what you gonna do to me? I'm Deshaun Watson.
But like certified said, he was paying for it, so that's a transaction, and I think that's why he's so confident that it's gonna go his way because he like this is a transaction. I paid you for this,
Yeah.
and like and
Woo.
like somebody else said too, he's been doing this since Clemson. Like this ain't new.
Mm, I didn't know that.
And that's why. And that's exactly what. All right. Yeah. Here we go. He's been doing it since he was in college, where like he had
I didn't know
Clemson
that.
money. And now he's got NFL money. I ain't been in trouble for it then. How could I possibly get in trouble for it now?
Right.
Yeah, I mean that's that. I don't even feel the need to even. That's it. Man's been getting away for it for a long time, and I don't even know if getting away is what it's called because it's just he's been doing it for a while. So
Well, I mean
that
that's
man,
what it
like,
is. It
yeah,
is what it
he's
is.
been doing it.
It's you know
I don't
you
even want
keep
to say getting away because if it's not illegal, I
well.
mean, well, I don't know. Like prostitution is not legal.
I mean, it's a loophole, yo. I mean,
Yeah.
Right. Prostitution technically isn't legal, but
like in some cities, you know what? I'm gonna be quiet.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, Texas, like somebody was trying to bring that to light to me about sex trafficking. Like if he was paying for transportation, um, there could possibly be some of that going on. I forgot who brought that to my attention, but I don't know the rules. I ain't not gonna pretend to know the law. Shout out to that man and his family. I hope they, figure out a way. I think he has like a fiance or something. I don't know.
hmm
I don't know how I would be able to deal with something like that if it were me.
Now,
Well, I mean, they said that
Had
he drove like
had
right.
Oh,
30
he doesn't have a
minutes.
fiance anymore.
nah.
He has a girlfriend now or something.
Mm-mm.
No.
The question is now,
He
and
got a girlfriend. I seen it.
I was thinking about this once before. Um, now that you've done you've done what you've in these allegations and you have successfully landed the biggest contract guaranteed contract, especially for a quarterback,
Mhm.
in the history of the league. Does this go away? What I mean by go away is just an asterisk by you. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like
Forever.
you're successful. Let's say D, he breaks the Cleveland curse and they go on and win a Super Bowl. Deshaun
Ben
Watson MVP.
Roethlisberger.
Deshaun Watson
Ben
MVP.
Roethlisberger.
Yeah,
Asterisk.
like
You know what I'm
I'm like,
saying?
what are you saying? Like Big Ben, like Big Ben.
Ben
They talking about Big Ben
Roethlisberger.
for Hall of Fame. He had like
What
what are
I'm
we talking about?
saying is, he still has that. Like I feel like that man, his name is gonna forever be tarnished, even if it was allegations, even if they were paid off, even if he wasn't charged criminally.
See, I didn't feel like Big Ben's last year. They even talked about it.
You
I
don't
didn't
have
feel
to
like
talk
they.
about it. You don't have to talk
Well,
about it. People did, people did bring it up because he suffered a suspension, and you put a little bit of dim light on such a noble organization. People did
Mhm.
talk about it. And
he still goes to the Hall of Fame.
especially, I'm gonna tell you the main fan base, the Cleveland Browns, the rapist burger jokes, and all those names, like those did not go away just because y'all didn't hear him or whatever, but that was a big deal. It's not going to go away.
Right.
It's going to be the one thing that people use any chance they get to discredit anything good he does. And I'm only saying it because of experience, not because it's right, but just because
That's
I've
what Ben
experienced.
will do.
Yeah.
No, I understand, but like I said,
And he's also brown.
that makes
So
it worse. That makes it
that
worse.
is
That
That
makes
makes
it
it
worse.
worse.
another
Yeah,
touch.
that makes it way
Okay.
That
worse.
makes it worse.
That
So
makes it way worse.
it just is what it is. So
Yeah.
yes, his legacy, unfortunately, if he went and won 3 or 4 Super Bowls, they would still,
Right.
have something to say.
True that.
People didn't really do that much. They did for a little bit with Kobe, but as time went on, I think it was less and less, and it'll probably be less and less as time goes on, because as I said before, when I thought that I wanted him on the team, I just I didn't want to deal with none of this. You win, and people get amnesia to a lot of things, but
Mhm.
Bingo.
That's true. That's big
yeah.
fact.
So I was like, all he got to do is get to Pittsburgh and win, and we know we can win with him. But I really don't want my organization to have to deal with that. To have to get to a podium and all you want to do is ask questions about this instead of asking about, team stuff. Not.
Well, that's what it was like when he had his press conference when Cleveland introduced the press conference.
I
They was
know,
on
and that's why I'm saying
they
that.
was on his helmet.
Yeah, I don't want to deal with that. That's sorry, bro. Mm-mm. I don't want to deal with that. That's not nah. Mm-mm. So yeah, it wasn't pretty, but then it's Cleveland, so uh, they may come out looking like geniuses in the end. I don't know,
Yeah.
but I know their fan base better remember every time they had something crazy to say about Ben. You better remember that.
Right.
But they'll
Yeah.
forget. They'll forget. They'll get amnesia.
Karma is something, boy.
Yeah, they'll forget. So I'm still gonna try to watch some of that video just for my own knowledge, so I don't wonder too much. I
Hmm.
know Ace is like, don't even. Did you see it, Alan? How you feel? Did you say how you felt about
Um, you want my honest opinion?
it? Yeah. What? I want no. I want you to lie to me.
My honest opinion about it when I saw it, I quickly observed two things. Number one, um, I saw a real arrogance about it.
Hmm.
Like, how dare you ask me these dumbass questions? And and then two, whoever is his legal team, they coached him right. You can tell that his legal team had an answer for every possible question and every possible scenario to come out. He was coached very well.
Well, that's good for him. That's
It,
good.
it was very OJ-ish.
Yes,
It was very
yes,
OJ-ish.
yes.
How
He was.
That's
so?
why I felt
It
about
was. It.
the demeanor, the his demeanor was very I'm right. I didn't do anything wrong. I like I mean, granted, if you didn't do nothing wrong, you stand on it. I get you stand on it, but it just felt very, very OJ-ish.
Yeah.
It felt like he just didn't like he didn't care. Like I know what I know. Like that's what it is. And ain't nothing you gonna tell me. Ain't nothing gonna shake me. I'm gonna say, and no matter how wrong my answers may seem or feel, I know what it is.
And like he, if it was a question, he answered the question. And then if the defense would try to come back and flip it to try to catch him off guard, Deshaun was like, that's not what I said. That's not the question you asked. You asked this question. It's like, it was like he was very, very, very well prepared for this situation. So shout out to whoever his legal team is. I know they're getting paid a lot of money. So the proof showed up. The proof showed up today on that videotape.
Well, shout out to them because they did their job. I mean, that's what he's paying them for. He's paying them to prepare him for the worst. And I haven't seen it, like I said, but based off of what you're saying, it looks like they did. We'll see what comes out of it. I'm sure there'll be an uproar tomorrow. There'll be talks about it on almost every station that probably didn't cover it today.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. What other news came out today? I didn't see too much happening.
Nah, I don't think a lot happened.
Yeah.
Couple of signings.
It was a slow sports day today.
Yeah, a couple of signings here and there. I just saw the highlights of the basketball game. It was. I'm just waiting for Saturday. For the Final Four.
The women's though, like, come on, ladies.
That South Carolina UConn game.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be epic. That's gonna be epic.
No, that's the
the one from last night was
last
epic.
night. That was
epic.
Epic.
North Carolina State.
Yeah, NC State and UConn. That thing was
was good.
Yeah.
Now UConn got to play Stanford.
It was better than any of the men's game we've seen the whole tournament. The best game of the
I haven't seen a single NCAA game this tournament, male or female, not one.
Who, you?
Yeah, I haven't seen a single one.
Same.
Where you been certified?
Yeah,
I don't know, man. It's crazy because I love basketball first because it's a little easier to understand. But I don't know, man. It don't do nothing for me no more.
I rather watch the NCAA than I rather watch the NBA.
True.
Well, my favorite time in the NBA is coming
until the playoffs
are coming. Playoffs are coming. That's when I really lock into basketball.
Yeah, I say second round. I'll start tuning in.
I love that there's a game on every night, multiple games in the beginning. I hate when it gets down to just like the conferences. Ugh, I hate that. It's not enough basketball for me. I love playoff basketball.
So this one and done thing doesn't really appeal to me.
See, I think I'm addicted to that because of football, because of the idea of you don't get another shot. And I think it's just because of football, because I'm football first. So you don't get another shot in football.
We gotta talk about that halftime. I mean, not the halftime, overtime rule.
That's terrible.
I was gonna say something about that. I hate it.
Yeah, that's terrible.
let's keep this. Let's really present this and keep it 1,000. Forget the rules. You think there should be an overtime?
Absolutely should be overtime.
I
Absolutely.
mean, in the
We're-
playoffs, you don't have
Yeah.
a choice.
No. Okay, in the playoffs, yes, because you have to go on until somebody wins. But in the regular season, do you really think we need the playoffs in the regular season?
Yes, because why are we ending in ties? I hate ties.
But you professional, man, you're supposed to make something work. If having to end
But
in a tie, you
That's how
ended
I
up.
feel.
no. But yes, you're professionally let them go. My point of being professional is that you let them go. I hate that there's a tie at all. Period. Like let them play. Like you're professional. If you can't finish it in the regular, keep going. You know what I mean? And as a defensive guy, like I hate the fact that we're catering to a defense that can't stop nobody. I hate. Like I despise
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
I agree, man, because it's like now, okay. So the big uproar was Kansas City and Buffalo, right? Okay.
yeah.
So Kansas City scores a touchdown. Then Buffalo scores a touchdown. Then Kansas City scores a field goal and game is over. What's changed? What's changed?
Nothing.
Nothing,
Right,
Absolutely
exactly.
nothing.
So I don't
nothing,
understand the changes to
nothing.
the rule. Like it's,
But
bro, you
that's it.
had 4 quarters to stop somebody.
And that's my point. And that's the point that I was
Right.
getting.
So I feel like overtime should be sudden death. So let it be sudden death. You
Yeah,
know,
Exactly.
like whoever gets the ball first gets the first chance of scoring the
to end it.
touchdown, and it's your job to stop them.
Right.
That,
Period.
that, so I'm of this mindset because I heard it earlier and it was a good one. I want to know what y'all think. Dude said came on a radio show this morning and was like, just let the kicker settle it. Put the ball at 35 and let the kicker just kick field goals for it. You know what I'm saying? Like there's 3 phases of football. Obviously the 2 phases couldn't get it done. See if special teams can get it done.
Because my biggest thing is everybody keeps putting this elite tag on Buffalo's defense, but I don't see that in the playoffs. I
No,
don't.
because I look at it like this, and I know Ravens fans hate me for it, but I look at it like this. And even Titans, like you can put there when you have a specialty in the playoffs, everything is magnified. So like a Lamar, it's the reason why Lamar has struggled to get off the playoffs because you can put him in a box. It's the same thing about the Titans. We know we're gonna make you throw the ball. Same thing about Buffalo. We know your weaknesses. You can't just play in a phone booth all game and expect to win the football game. You have to win on the back end. It's gonna come to a head. And the Buffalo's weakness was the secondary. That's their weakness. We can move the safeties and we can make you do what you want to do because they really don't play disciplined football on the back end. They really don't. If you watch Buffalo safeties, they're out of position a lot of the time. But it's that
Well,
front seven that puts them in position.
now my only rebuttal to that is if Trey White doesn't tear his ACL against New Orleans, it's a different story.
Bro, but that's injuries. You gotta have your next man up. That's the way the game is played.
That's every
Right? I
team,
know.
right? Every
I
That's
know.
the
team.
way
I'm
the
just
game is
saying.
played. Everybody get
So
paid them M's to get in
who's
the game.
Ghost? Ghost? Who's Ghost?
Oh,
Ghost
Ghost
Um,
Junior,
Junior.
that's in the sky. He's normally
in the
in the sky
sky.
on. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was
I'm
just
I'm I'm
like,
I'm on here. I'm on here, but I'm in the gym right now. I'm just listening
oh,
at the
okay,
moment.
cool. All right,
Yeah, stand on
welcome.
that pack.
You ain't doing nothing.
He lives in the.
Chill out, bro. Chill out.
I
But
was
like I said,
wondering who that was. I was like,
I had
who
to give you
is
a hard
that?
time.
but so like I said, like I feel like I understand certified. I'm right along with you. Like I feel like there's teams that when they get in the playoffs, they get put in a box and they get figured out really, really fast.
Hmm.
Their strengths get figured out really, really fast, and they cannot adapt. They cannot adapt.
I feel you on that. But I like look, everybody that's cheering for this overtime rule. Wait till it doesn't go in your favor. Then you're gonna be ready to
Oh
change
yeah,
it
of
back.
course. That's how it
So
always happens. That's
Well,
how it
and
always
it's
happens.
I
it's always
don't
gonna
know,
favor
man.
the
I
offense.
just, even if I was the Buffalo Bills, you know, I think I'm capable of being subjective about most things. You have 4 quarters, bro. You have 4 quarters to make the adjustments. So sudden death is sudden death. If you don't want to go to sudden death, do something about it.
Hmm.
It's just that simple,
Uh,
you know.
I think
Like
anybody,
But
any
so
school,
even to that though,
like the same thing with, oh, you don't want to see Ocho Cinco celebrating the end zone, then don't let his ass get in the end zone.
true.
It's
mhm.
but
really just
But
that
a
simple.
certified,
defensive
but
mind coach is going to
no,
say, "Heck no, I don't want all this extra time and overtime." A defensive mind coach is going to say, "Sudden death or nothing." You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
think that's how a defensive minded coach. But you got these guys that know their offense is superior is going to be like, "Yeah, like just I want as many chances as I can for my offense to be on the field."
but
But
still to
defensive
that, but
mind coach is like,
even
"No, we
to
can stop them."
right, but even to Buffalo, right? Buffalo had 2 chances on defense and couldn't get it done.
Hmm.
Stop it. You had 2 chances with an elite defense. If you couldn't get it done. I don't want to hear it.
allegedly elite D.
Yeah,
They
I
were
don't want to hear it.
tired. That's what was happening. They was
Alleged.
tired. That's
Saying,
tired.
bro, like every
Certified
time
is like allegedly.
I'm just saying, playoffs over the last 3 high scoring game. So somebody,
You broken up. Is he frozen to y'all?
Yeah, he
Yeah, he
froze.
froze. He in the
Oh
matrix.
He
man,
froze. There you go.
you were
Oh, there you
oh,
go.
frozen.
I froze.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
did.
You not now. Yeah.
Okay. No, I was saying the last 3, they've been at games
Mhm.
in the playoffs.
Hmm.
This ain't doing their job.
That's true.
He going up against, I mean, granted, I feel like they done took the Patriots as being like the big, you know what I'm saying? You got 3 teams. It's like, I feel like you really are going to be showing, like me,
They
back,
be breaking up. They don't want us
pants
to hear you.
play. Quarterback pooped his pants in the play.
That's what it
No,
is.
that's
He
who
had to
we.
talk about. You was about to talk about Jimmy, and that's why it's messing up. Yep.
Man.
Exactly what happened, fam.
Damn.
You was
That's
you
crazy.
was about to shave Jimmy, and that's why we couldn't hear you. Look at God.
Hey,
Y'all better stop messing with his
let me
quarterback, God's
let,
quarterback.
let me ask you this question, certified, and this is going toward your division. Um, if the Rams were somehow to let Bobby Wagner come home and play in LA, how do you think does does that worry you, or is it like no worries? It's still the Rams.
No, move me with all due respect. He is all of middle. That moves the needle. Especially if we no, the short answer no.
Okay,
Needle that.
okay, got it.
I'm excited to see what happens. Do you think Bobby's going to go to Baltimore, or do you think he's going to go to the Rams?
The situation with that is, we gave him a nice deal, a nice offer. Um, from what I was told, the holdup is he's
Hmm.
waiting to see what he's a California dude. He wants to go home.
Hmm.
He wants to go play for the Rams.
I don't blame him either. I want to one in Cali too. Not right now though, it's cold as hell. But I want to be in Cali too though. You know what I'm
Shut
saying?
up. Shut up. Uh, shit. He wants to go home, and the Rams will be nice for him because he gets to play Seattle twice. But the Rams are uh coming at him with a cheap offer. So it's so for right now, um, we have the highest offer to give him, but now that doesn't mean that the Chargers aren't sitting in the back lurking and waiting to see
Don't
what
don't
happens.
touch him. Don't touch him. Don't touch him.
No,
What?
Don't touch him.
why?
What
Why
you
are
The
you
mean?
Chargers
Know
shouldn't
what
touch him.
D feels about.
The Chargers shouldn't touch him. He doesn't fit.
Why?
He doesn't fit. He doesn't
What
fit in the
defense?
3-4
What your
defense.
scheme?
He
Your
doesn't fit in the
scheme?
3-4 defense. Yeah. He
Mm.
doesn't
I
fit in the
thought y'all
3-4
was
defense.
switching.
He does not fit. That's why they got Khalil Mack on the outside with Bosa. He does not fit in the 3-4 defense.
Okay.
He doesn't fit. There's no reason for him to come. He's just gonna get. He's gonna. The guards are gonna come free. It's gonna be something he's never experienced ever.
Okay.
Well,
Gotcha.
you heard it. So I mean, Rams. So Rams or Ravens. You think that's it? Like those are the two? There's no one
For
that
right
can just come out
now,
and sneak out.
for right now, yeah.
49ers. No.
In my opinion, I don't think they could pay him. I don't think they could pay him. He in the Matrix.
I couldn't even hear you, certified. Dang.
He's in the Matrix, but I don't think the 49ers can pay him, and I'm still trying to see how they're going to pay Devo and Bosa at the same time. Like they may have to tag one and pay the other. You know that this
They
season.
don't
This
have
season's
to, bro. Like they don't have to. They can wait on Debo if they want to. Debo's
Bro.
only in the third year of his contract.
Bro,
He's
hold
only
on.
in year 3.
If
He's
they
only in year
listen,
no, listen,
if
Alan, listen. He's only in year 3. They have to pay him as a receiver.
he's going to 4. Just 4.
He's going into 4 is what I'm saying.
Okay.
The only reason why he's asking for a contract is because he can in year 3 because he wasn't a first round pick.
Right.
So he's only going into year 3. The Niners don't have to do anything.
And if he outperforms what he did last year,
he's already done that. He's already outperformed his contract. What difference do it make?
See, here's
I want my money.
No, I'm saying, D, but he's already outperformed his contract. Is what I'm saying.
Until about August anyway. Fred Warner and George Kittle didn't get their extensions until after August 15th. So I don't see them doing anything different with Debo or
Bosa. Okay.
Yeah. And I think that trade talk is dumb. I don't
see
think
that
shit is
listen,
stupid.
That was some. Everybody have smooth brain fans in that fan base. That was some fan in a Twitter space last week and
looking to get likes.
Yeah, pretty much. And the conversation pretty much just caught fire. And for the rest of the week, everybody was talking about him and what he said. So that's how that all came about. But
yeah, it was and as a matter of fact, it was the main one that I remember. They were saying, and I really didn't believe it, but they were talking about how the Jets were looking to either go after Debo or DK Metcalf.
Right.
Oh yeah, I don't think DK's leaving.
Nah.
You know, this is his chance to be the guy.
We'll see.
We'll see. Lockett's still there?
Who?
Tyler?
Yes.
Okay, so him and Lockett, and who else they got? I think
that's it.
That's it. I know it's somebody's name we just don't know. This is to see what he can do without a Russell Wilson. Unfortunately, if he doesn't perform, his stock just drops tremendously, and I think he's just built crazy to just let all that talent not be used to its ability. Is just crazy to me. I don't know how they did it last year. Like, how are you not using this guy? Like, use this guy. I was worried about him when we played him, but he wasn't a factor really. Did he even play? Did he even play when we played him? I don't even remember.
He was really struggling to get separation last year.
Yeah.
I don't know what defensive coordinator saw in the film, but he struggled a lot last year to get separation, and he had a few temper tantrum moments last year.
Man, look, I'm gonna say this. I said this once, and I'm gonna say it again. Any grown man that has a mouthpiece that looks like a pacifier, I don't mess with him. He ain't right. Sorry. Can't do it. Won't do it.
That's hilarious.
And when my Wi-Fi was messing up was, how do you feel about that Miles Jack signing?
I'm good with it. I'm especially good with it on defense because I'm excited to see what Brian Flores does with that Play-Doh, like what he molds it into. Like I'm so excited to see that. Um, like I feel like you could probably take Tyrone from down the street and put him in and put him in the room with the Mike Tomlin and the Brian Flores and those defensive minds have to motivate you in some way, some capacity like that. And I don't know how you're not influenced. I just don't understand that. You can't respect the game of football and not be in a room with one of those guys and want to do your best and want to like put your A, B, and C game together and make it phenomenal. I don't know. I don't know how you don't get better with
Now,
those two in your
the
ear.
question is, do you put him in the box next to Gary? I mean, not Gary. Do you put him in the box next to Bush, or do you put him on the opposite side from TJ and let him replace Bud Dupree?
No, no. You got Alex Highsmith there. So they've already proven with Melvin Ingram that Alex Highsmith is going to be where he's at. So you'll probably be, to me, he's the Joe Schobert replacement.
Okay,
He'll
so you're
be,
gonna let
he'll be
you're gonna let Miles
Devin.
you're gonna let Miles Hunt then, right? You're gonna let him you're
Yeah,
gonna let
I
him
think
go free, huh? Okay,
him and Devin will be a tandem,
okay.
um,
I think they
and
have
they'll
him
play
all.
with the
That
boys.
boy's football IQ is through the roof, man. And he's an athlete. I
Who you talking
hate
about?
Miles Jack.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
But I,
He's a dog, bro.
I think that I think
He's
that
Yeah.
gonna be taking tackles away from Meek, but
lit-
it's okay though, as long as they
But you
ain't
want,
running over us
but
like
no,
they
but that's
were
what
last
you
year.
want. That's what you
No, I
want.
do. Like because Minka should
That's
not
what
have
you
had
want.
nowhere near
You
as
can
many tackles as he had
I
like
think
that
Miles
man was
go off.
dogging it.
I think
listen,
he's
I'm
gonna
excited.
go off.
listen.
I'm excited.
If you have any one of your safeties leading the team in tackles, that's a problem.
It is, but it's Minka, so
I mean,
mm,
this
don't
ain't
make me
Mika from
in the live now. Don't make me.
this
I'm kidding.
this ain't the same Mika from Alabama either. Now, it's different.
All right, we're gonna
Oh
move
no,
on.
bro.
We're gonna move on.
I think that this Miles Jack signing is gonna free Minka up to do what
It
he does.
is. It will. It will.
I'm
It definitely
thinking
will.
less tackles for Mink,
Yeah,
more
Yeah.
interceptions for Mink.
yeah.
Oh, of course.
I think Miles is gonna lead y'all in tackles for sure.
I'm with it. I'm cool. I'm
I
cool.
well, I ain't even in y'all division, and I was tight about that signing.
I'm
Oh, I
excited.
was. Oh,
So I was talking to my dad about it. He's like, we've been trying to get him for years. So
like like when they signed Miles Jack, I was like, okay, that was all Flores, 100%.
I'm with it.
That was
I'm
Flores.
with it.
I'm
Sorry, we
interested to
might
see.
have to actually use this clip for the preview because I'm Team Meek all day.
Right.
So yeah,
I'm waiting to see. I'm waiting to see how Flores. I'm waiting to see what he does. I'm waiting to see does he keep the 3-4 and add a little couple of twists to it here and there, or does he change it all together? And because he has Bush and Jack and Highsmith and TJ on the outside with Mink in the backfield, does he go get a couple of does he go get him a dime safety or another nickel corner and go to a 4-2-5?
I don't know. But definitely need that safety. Definitely need another corner.
Mm-hmm.
They're probably gonna definitely pick up some young guys. I don't, but we have Trey Norwood was a rookie last year. And I don't know if they're gonna re-sign Edmonds or not. I don't know what they're doing. It's been a
Y'all better
while.
keep him. Y'all better keep him.
It's been a while, so I don't know what kind of deals he's brought back to the Steelers and saying, X is gonna offer me whatever, this team's gonna offer me X. But I'm waiting to see what happens. I don't want him to leave, bro. They,
If
I don't know.
if y'all let Edmonds leave, you know where he going.
Where you going? Don't say
He going
Buffalo.
he going to play with his brother. What?
But bruh, like it's like when you say let him leave, they said, he can go see what's out there. So I feel like if Buffalo was gonna offer him this a good deal to play with his brother, we probably would have heard something by now.
But then
Um,
also you have to you have to take into consideration that, they the free agency period, when it first comes out, those are the immediate, like those are the right now
yeah,
need.
guys, yeah,
And then after the draft, that's when you're going to see a hell of a lot more moves, because after you draft the people to pick in
yeah.
these spots, whatever spots you have left, then that's when you go do that. Because I think that I'm looking, because like for us, I'm looking for Calais to sign like soon.
Okay.
And
So I saw him Super Bowl weekend. I was just like, dang, he is huge. Um,
yeah,
That's
he's
a
like
big
six eight, like
boy.
like
6'8".
it was crazy. I'm like, how does this man find clothes that fit him? Like he's like
Custom
length and width. Like he's just
custom tailor,
like, where do you get your jeans from, sir?
like
Um,
tailor shit.
these things,
He's like
like,
6, right?
huh?
Like 6,
Tailored,
closing in on 300,
Yeah,
yeah.
and
he's
it's pretty lean.
yeah. That man is no joke, right? I always like there's not a lot of players that I just get like wow when I see them as far as physical. But him and Justin Herbert was another one because I'm like, dang, like yeah, I heard you was 6 something, but you really 6 something. Like you're
Yeah,
tall.
he's a
Tall
legit
and like
six.
broad shoulders, and
He's a
I'm like,
legit
good
6'5",
lord,
6'4", 6'5". Yeah,
that man is tall. He can
Yeah, big
look
boy.
over.
yeah, he a big boy.
I was pretty taken back by his height. So yeah,
Hmm.
that's cool. I mean, I imagine that the tight ends they're big guys, but Justin, oh,
Hey man, you think either of y'all would look at OBJ when he clear physical?
mm.
Mm,
I would be shocked if we did. I wouldn't even put it past the Browns going back after him once they figure out where they're gonna put Baker. I could see that happening again. I really could. Sadly, if they actually remove Baker from that whole equation, he could
it
possibly go back there.
depends. It depends if OBJ has that understanding coming in that this is going to be a cheap signing. Like uh, this ain't finna be no 1 year $30 million deal.
Mhm.
You finna get that 2 year 7 to 9 mil year deal, something like that. You know what I'm saying? If
Mm-mm.
that, or
Not
they
just
may
in the
give,
Super Bowl.
or they may give him a 1 for 5 to 6. You know what I'm saying?
I don't see that
Something
working
like that.
out. I don't see that working
Huh?
out very well.
He ain't
I
paying
don't see that working out.
that cheap.
Do
I
what?
see him sitting out before he do that.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
Well, to be honest, I don't know how the Rams are going to resign him.
Hmm. I mean, the man was getting paid in like Bitcoin or something crazy, right? I mean, I'm not crazy. It's not crazy, but something.
Like
I
that.
don't know.
I'm just waiting for the Rams to get into that spot where they are the Saints and the Falcons. Like, that's all I'm waiting for.
Yeah,
Because
I know what you
like
I
mean.
bet you are. I bet you.
every off season, the Saints is like 70 million over the cap, and they got to
Yeah.
do all these restructures just to get under the cap, and that's where
Hmm.
they had now. I mean, it's
So
you,
Because
you
didn't they
said
just pay?
Ram. You said Saints. So I thought about the Taysom Hill conversation, how they're focusing on making him a tight end and him being a tight end. Like, did y'all think that
that ain't
was?
gonna work.
No.
That ain't gonna. They gonna
Hey,
toss
look.
his little light ass all over the
Yeah,
place.
I was just confused to say, while I know he's a Mormon, he went to school in BYU, but since he down in New Orleans, he need to get some grits in that two fan on his ass before, because they gonna start tossing him some beignets and
Wow.
some beignets and some po' boys will need to be his 9 o'clock at night snack or something. You know what I'm saying?
The tight end position though? Why? Why tight
Well, I
end?
mean,
Hey man,
if
they got something with them at that salary. They got to put them somewhere.
Well,
I
why
mean,
not? I mean, they were doing Wildcat with him previously with Drew, right?
well, the thing is, they're putting him at tight end because he was strictly there as Sean Payton's gadget guy.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as Sean was there, if he needed him to come in, run the RPO, come in and let Drew he had packages for Taysom. So like, okay, Drew, you can come out. Let's see how the defense adjusts with this. So,
Mm-hmm.
you come back, he can run the RPO with Kamara, or he had a nice arm. He could throw the ball down the field, or if you just want to run some quarterback leads, he could do that. It was, to do that, to give them that extra options that Drew couldn't, just to see the defense, to see what the
Mm-hmm.
defense was going to do and how it was going to react to it. Now that Sean's not there, you got to do something to hold this roster spot, man. So yeah, let's get to it.
Interesting. So I saw McDaniel said something about using Tyreek Hill like they used Deebo Samuels, and I was like, why would you even say that? Like, why? Why would you tell people that that's your plan for Tyreek Hill?
I mean, honestly, I think he was talking about that as far as speed wise.
Mm-hmm. Well, we know he's fast, so it doesn't
You know,
make sense to announce that to nobody.
I mean, you could announce it. You can announce it all you want to. They gotta stop it.
I know, but I'm saying, like, why am I gonna tell you anything that I'm doing with this guy that hasn't even stepped foot on any piece of turf yet?
I mean,
Why? I don't understand.
I mean, if you had a brand new toy like that, you would want to flaunt it out a little bit.
No, like
It's
I have
just
a brand
like,
new toy. I have a brand new team. The toy is my team. So like to me, I feel like there's already trouble in paradise with the fan base and the quarterback, right? So if you're saying you're going to be using Tyreek Hill in packages where Tua is not going to be using his arm, X, Y, and Z, like what is like to me that disrupts the fan base, that disrupts the argument that Tua can't be trusted or whatever. I just feel like it's something that you get in there and you use your off season and you use your preseason and you use training camp to figure all that out. Don't be telling us that, because what if they decide that it's not going to work for us and you decide not to do it?
and also coaches, throw stuff out there to the media to see who's gonna bite
Yeah,
or whatever.
okay.
Because now, honestly, if it was me, if I was to use somebody as a Deebo Samuel type player, I wouldn't use Tyreek. I would use Waddle, because Waddle was that dude in high school and at Bama. What you see Deebo doing, that's what Waddle did when he was at Bama. So not taking nothing away from Tyreek, but that's what I would do. I would use Jalen instead of Tyreek.
And if you're a Tyreek Hill, do you want to be a Deebo? Like I don't want to be used like Deebo Samuel. I want to be used like Tyreek Hill. Like I'm Tyreek Hill. I'm fast as I don't know what. Like throw the ball downfield, nobody can catch me. Or you want to be coming out, you want to be doing some craziness. You want to be half running back, half wide receiver, half whatever. Is that what you want? Like
I don't know if they're gonna be lining them up in the backfield, but I can see a lot of jet sweeps.
That's
Oh, of course.
And a lot of
Yeah.
in arounds, and they got a lot of speed on that team, man. Like
They do.
if Mostert can come back and beat what he was for us, that's
Yeah,
a
I like
lot.
him. I like
He's in
him,
Miami now?
especially from a
Yeah.
fantasy. Miami signed him.
Ooh.
I just hope he can stay healthy.
I mean, they got a track team out there, man.
So let's see, Devontae Parker, Mike Jaminski, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Mostert. Ooh, yeah, that's tough.
They got
The track meet.
a nice offense.
That's tough. That's tough.
I'm excited for them. I'm excited. We play them this year in Miami, so I'll be there. Oh,
We
fingers
played them
crossed.
too
It's on a
in
good
San
day
Francisco.
for me.
Ooh, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, they come. Matter of fact, they come to us. Now that I think about it, yeah, we got a little payback.
Yeah,
to
they
give them.
play here in Baltimore. So yeah.
We got a little payback for them. I can't wait for that one.
Yeah, because they whooped y'all. They
Yeah,
whooped Lamar, man.
They did.
I,
fair
But
and square too.
but
I done got a lot of flack from Buffalo fans from Bills Mafia, but I think Miami. I don't think I might be. I'm a huge Mike McDaniel's fan. Okay, so maybe I might be a little biased, but I don't think he's gonna have um, a long learning curve. I feel like they went out and they got him what he asked
reason
for.
for a reason.
Buffalo, I don't I don't trust Buffalo. They've had. I feel like the gap has closed. Period. And
You think so?
to to wrap it up, I think Miami's going to win the division.
It's
It's
possible.
gonna
It's possible.
it's gonna be tough in the AFC. I was talking to the fellas, and there's a signing that Buffalo did that nobody talks about, and I think I told D this last week. Um, the Bills just got faster. They released Cole Beasley, they kept Emmanuel Sanders, they got Stephon Diggs, and they got that youngster that showed out Kansas City, Gabriel. They just signed Jamison Crowder. Like nobody puts respect on Jamison Crowder, bro. He's even though he's been with the Jets, God God help him. Like that dude has been consistent. And to be put in that offense with Ken Dorsey, who's going to do nothing but take that offense and just elevate it even more. And they got a cheat code for a quarterbacks coach named Joe Brady. So I'm more interested, and this is going to sound crazy. I'm more interested to watch the AFC East between Buffalo and Miami than I am any other division.
Interesting.
So not only do
I
I
mean,
think
you can't
Buffalo's
forget Bill. Like, don't count out Bill. I don't know, man. He finds a
No, no,
way.
no, no. Now, if you want to talk about a window that's closed, it's Belichick.
Mhm. I
I
don't know.
agree. I think it's over.
Yeah, it's over. It's done.
I
To
don't
be
know.
honest, yeah. Listen, put a timestamp on this. You can say it today. You heard it on D's Sports and Coffee Live from me. If New England don't get it done this year, it's over.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's
I
over.
just feel like
It's over. It's over.
all of
Especially,
this
yeah,
all of the signings that they did on offense,
was for
they didn't do
nothing.
anything
Nothing.
at all. And
They did it.
Mac Jones look as mediocre as I thought he was going to look. Um,
Mhm. And he wouldn't
Brady,
even throw the ball like that.
yeah, and I just
Their
so
run game
going
was just
the,
phenomenal.
the the reason why I think it's over for Buffalo is because I feel like that defense is only good on paper. And for the last two seasons, Josh Allen led them in rushing yards. You're not winning nothing like that. You're not. And they can't figure out how to get a running back to lead the team in rushing. So
They
I
just don't
just
run the ball. They don't really run the ball. It didn't happen. I remember. I mean, I really only watched them besides the playoff game, but against Pittsburgh, I was like, man, all we got to do is get to Josh Allen and we're good. Like, and that's
Mhm.
pretty much what happened. We ruffled his feathers. We kept tagging him, and they didn't have the running. We were terrible against the run, even though we did have Tyson then, but we were pretty bad against the run all season, but we
Wasn't that
kept tagging.
wasn't that like week one or
It
two
was
or
week
something like
1. It
that?
was week 1, so we pretty
Yeah,
much had everybody then. So,
yeah.
but we were getting to him and frustrating him like crazy. And I mean, I remember like I think even Mink got a hit on him, and this man's coming from the West Coast to tag him. So like that's really your like you can't let him run, and they don't have no running game to fall back on. They tried to run, but it just wasn't very successful. And you get your paws on Allen, he gonna get frustrated and he
Go
gonna
get your
start forcing stuff.
go get your
So
That's true.
it was interesting to see, but of course they did have a little slump with them. and they figured it out, and they got on a roll there. So we'll see what happens with Buffalo. I'm excited for Miami though. I'm super low key rooting for the Dolphins some way somehow. I feel like they just been through it. They just been through. They've been bad for so long and been joked on for so long. I'm not rooting for the Lions. They've been bad for so long as well, but I don't
want to see if Chicago can slide in there.
unless Malik goes there. They don't have a choice. You said Chicago.
I mean, the NFC North is wide open right now.
It is.
The NFC is open.
It is. It is. The NFC North is wide open, man. It's
That's
going to be interesting.
Tom Brady was like, "This is ridiculous. Let me dust my shoes, my pads. I'm going back in there because don't nobody want to win in the NFC. I got this. I'll be back."
Do y'all think that do you think that the AFC West has taken the title of toughest division away from the NFC West?
On paper, it's hard to debate that, man. Like, I think people are really underestimate what Denver is what Russ is going to do for Denver, man. They are really underestimating that. Like, I can see them winning that division by multiple games.
Yeah.
We'll see. Well, I'm gonna wrap this up because we're gonna do sports and coffee tomorrow anyway. So
Okay.
I appreciate y'all coming on here with me today.
No
It's
problem.
it was a peaceful live. I'm happy nobody was beefing. Nobody was overly emotional tonight. I appreciate it.
I didn't even know you did lives. I had no idea.
Yeah, this is it's really cool because like last week to see everybody that you hear every day was dope. To kind of get
we was 10 deep in here last week.
Yeah, it was a lot of us last week.
Yeah, we was deep in here last week.
Phoenix, Tony, you, Chris, who else was in here? Ashley,
Coach B, Ashley.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot of it.
Yeah, so you usually do it on Tuesday?
Tuesday has been the day. Next Tuesday I will not be in town, so I won't be able to do it. So I'll if I can do it next week, it will be much later on in the week if I do it. So we'll see. But yeah, Tuesday is because it's my worst day for sports and coffee in the morning because I always have to take care of work. I try to make it up on the back end. I'll see what I could do next week. Next week's gonna be rough. Be rough for sports and coffee. I'm gonna need y'all help.
You got it.
Okay, well, y'all have a good night. I'll if you're coming through in the morning, I'll see you.
All right, man.
All right, see you.
Y'all take care. All right, peace out.
All right.